Shalom. We start by giving all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushai, Hashem Akakodash. We give double honors, the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutation to the awfully elect that is pushing this word in the four corners, the highways and byways. Once again, all praises, glory, and honor is due to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushai. Right, this brother Zakaria here with another lesson. And this lesson gonna be centered around this post that I saw on social media, right? And it says them, y'all generation ain't got no class. And the them is the older generation, right? You know, and then it says their generation, and from here you can clearly see um, you know, a Judite woman, most likely a Benjamite woman, because this is how Benjamites mostly dress, or I should say mostly Benjamites, dressed back in the 90s, the early 90s and the 80s, right? You know, and you clearly see this woman from her posture, right? Is being very vulgar, right? You know, and she, about her life, you know, about putting herself out there, right? Um, Now the thing is, the scripture does say there is nothing new under the sun. All right, so even back then and even before then, there was always some Israelite women that they just prefer to be a whore, right? Rather than being a wife, you know, rather than being submissive, right? And I hear stories all the time. We all hear stories all the time about probably about your grandmother, great grandmother, you know, your hot girl auntie. These are normal things, so to speak, in the Israelite community, right? Let me just say it this way in so-called Black and Latino community, right? This picture is clearly from the 80s or the 90s or wherever, right? But what the scripture say too is that you know iniquity, even though there's nothing new under the sun, the scripture does say iniquity and incompetence shall be increased, you know, tremendously in the last days, right? Well, first, let me read this. This is Ecclesiastes 1. What verse is that? So there's nothing new. Oh, right there, actually. Ecclesiastes 1 and verse 9, it says, live joyfully with the wife of whom thou lovest all the days of thy life, of thy vanity, right? And it's funny how, it's actually, a female that is here in this picture, right? So which had given which he had given thee under the sun all the days of thy vanity, for that is thy portion in this life, right? Because yeah, we ain't got much in this life, right? Some brothers don't even have a wife, you know. Hey, and some brothers don't even want to, deal with a woman on any side of the level like that, you know. It says, for that is the portion, that is thy portion in this life, and in thy labor which thou takest under the sun. Uh, Salakia. Let me see. Ecclesiastes 1 and verse 9, it says, the thing that had been, it is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done, and there is no new thing under the sun, right? So there really isn't anything new, under the sun. There's nothing new. The Most High, there's nothing new, really to a learned man, right? But the scripture does say, that in the last days, these things shall be increased uh, tremendously, right? This is Second Ezra chapter 5 and verse 1. It says, nevertheless, as coming the tokens, behold, the days shall come that they which dwell upon the earth shall be taken in great number, right? And even now we see people being taken in great numbers, right? With all these wars, right? With all these outbreaks, even these accidents, the roadways, um, people just senseless violence, people just killing each other, for nothing, right? Like even I was reading the newspaper yesterday, and it said, well, the e-paper, because it was online, and he said, this student who's probably like 15 killed another student who's like 12, by slamming a gate into his head, right? We starting to see a lot of reoccurrences of killings of that nature, just senseless and pointless, right? It says, they shall be taken in great number, and the way of truth shall be hidden, and the land shall be barren of faith, right? So the way of truth was hidden, right? But now we making it known again, right? It says, but iniquity shall be increased above that which now thou seest, right? And this was written in the time of Ezra, right? And iniquity has tremendously in has tremendously increased since then. And even now, even though we're close to the end, there's gonna come a time again when iniquity gonna increase tremendously. Matter of fact, iniquity is increasing tremendously day by day. All right. said, but iniquity shall be increased above that which thou seest, or that which thou hast heard long ago, right? So even worse than Babylon, right? Than the wicked pagan, sodomitish Babylon of old. You know, this place is gonna left that in the dust, right? Even now it already, left in Babylon in the dust when it comes to wickedness, right? So this place is extremely wicked. You see, it says, and the land that thou seest now to have root shall be wasted suddenly, right? And the wasting come in the form of what? Of the nuclear missiles, right? Because this place had to be completely cleansed, right? By ways of what? Fire, you know? Because fire is a cleaning agent, is a purification agent. Water is also a purification agent, right? And most I already tried water, you know, I start to refresh with Noah and his three sons. But now this time the Mosai is gonna start to refresh by ways of fire, which is a nuclear missile, right? And he's gonna start the refresh with the elect, with Yahushai, being the first fruit, and then the elect, the rest of the election, right? Right? So Mosai is gonna start again with the election after, basically World War III, what will be known as World War III, right? Jumping on, let me see. Yeah, jumping down, staying on the topic. It says, in Numbers 5 and 10, it says, and shall be sought by many. So let me read up a little bit. Verse 9, and salt water shall be found in sweet, and all friends shall destroy one another. Then will then shall wit hide itself, and understanding will draw itself into its secret chamber, shall be sought of many and yet not be found. Then shall unrighteousness, right, and incontinency be multiplied upon the earth, right? So even now, we seeing friends fighting each other, right? Destroying each other, you know. And even now we see unrighteousness multiplying, right? Because back in the 50s, the 60s, whatever time period back then, it had wars. It had, adulterous women, adulterous men, you know, but not to the extent of which we have it today, right? And every day a new adulterer is made, you know, or somebody, deciding to pick up that role of just a wicked person, right? So yeah, though, hopefully this was edifying through the spirit and power of Yahweh Basham Yahushai, Hashem Kakadash. Once again, double honors to the apostles and elders of greatness. Shalom to the hopefully elect. Shalom.